We're live. We're back. Man, I am pretty sure some of you might be getting tired of seeing my face by now. I am obsessed with this black square Caravan. But you know what? I don't care. I really don't. I want to keep showcasing this beauty. But hold on, boys and girls, because this time we're doing something a little different. We're not just going to take off. Well, not yet at least. And honestly, I don't even know if we're going to be able to actually take off. Guys, we're back at Parallel 42's scenery here, Coyote Estate. And give me 1 second. I do want to get some tunes in the background while we fish with the boys. Here we go. Let's find a random song. There we go. Get some background noise. I'm going to let some people filter in. Hopefully I'm not talking to myself there. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. If you're on, welcome aboard. Captain Gonzo here with that Flight Sim channel. We're back for some more Black Square Caravan Amphibious ops. And again, folks, just letting some people kind of filter in, but check it out. I'm going to go ahead and get started because, again, my window of time to live stream is kind of narrow in the afternoon here, early hours. All right. Check it out. So I was looking through Parallel 42's website and I found another cool feature. So not only are we here in Coyote Estate, 42 Charlie Echo, their phenomenally detailed scenery. There's our plane, by the way, right next to the Savage Cub. They also have a fishing app. Did you guys know that, by the way? Let's check it out. Watch. I'm going to open up the EFB. I'm going to press Go Fish. Oh, I got to activate it. Whoops. Huh. I should have thought of that here. So give me 1 second. Let me get this activated real quick. I don't want to release my information out there. So just stand by for a quick second, guys. There we go. Let me go to Parallel 42 here. That'd be hilarious if I'm still broadcasting that. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right, I'm just activating my account here, or this order number, and I promise you we'll be showing that right away. Okay, let me see if that went through. No, gotta put that back. Are you serious? They're making this so freaking complicated, man. Guys, I know you're seeing a black screen right now. Just give me 1 second. It's just asking me for an authentication. Oh, here we go. Okay, I think I found it. There we go. Activate a product. There we go. Okay, activate. Okay, almost there, guys. Almost there. Okay, let's try this again. And then... And if you're just tuning in, guys, the sim was asking me to activate something. Here we go. Okay, now we can go ahead and showcase. Let me skip this song, by the way. This song sucks. Now I can actually show you my screen again, guys. So here we go. Let's go ahead and re-enable it. Haha. So we've got the Go Fish app right here. Let's just go for easy. Imperial. Let's go to settings. Difficulty is easy. Imperial. Auto reel enabled. Controls. I honestly have no, I don't have anything assigned. How to fish. Enter avatar mode. Yep. Find a body of water and position yourself near shore. Select the water type on the main page. To start fishing, select your bait and line type to influence the fish you can catch. Face to water. A drop zone marker shows where your line will land. Press cast to cast your line. Wait for a fish to bite. Press reel again to reel in when you get a bite. Let's go back. Let's go start fishing. We're in freshwater. Auto reel. Let's put it on. Sure. Let's cast. Hey, look at that. This is so dumb, but so cool. Oh, we have something? Yeah, we caught something. That's cool. This is by far one of the weirdest things I've ever done in a flight simulator before. Okay, so let me see if I can get a little bit more technical here. Okay, so we caught a yellow perch. Let's release him. Bait selector. You see how interactive this is, by the way? You can go and select what type of bait, what type of line. Let's go with, let's go, I don't know, a chicken nugget. Yeah, let's go with that. Line selection. Oh. Let's go with the all-round freshwater mono 8 pounds rated. By the way, guys, I haven't fished in so long as an adult. What kind of fish can we expect here? Okay. Yellow perch. They're common. Ooh. Common carp. Strip bass. Great white shark. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let's cast. See if we catch anything, guys. Hey, Alpha GT. That is correct, sir. Look at that. That's awesome, dude. So now we caught a brook trout. Let's go ahead and let's release it. Let's keep him. Let's cast again. This is cool. Just sitting out here on the bench. Hey, that looks like a bass, right? Yep, definitely bass. Yep, smallmouth. All right, we're gonna keep him. Let's cast it. You can see the rod too shaking under stress. Okay, there we go. This one, a crappie. Interesting. All right, well, anyways, let me lower the volume of the music here. Getting a little bit loud. There we go. Yeah, Alpha GT, you're on it, man. You definitely know your way around fish. I sure as hell don't. I'm gonna release this guy. And again, just to be clear, I'm doing this through the EFB, but if you go to settings, you can actually set up your key commands to do everything. So cast the line, you can go ahead and increase drag. You can everything right here. So I'm just making it easy because it's the first time I use it. I'm gonna do one more time. Hide the tablet. Let's see what we can catch. Look at the water and everything. Hey, is that salmon? Oh, sea trout. I don't know why I'm thinking salmon here in California, but anyways. Okay. Music is not really fitting the vibe right now. That might be better. I'm going to keep him. All right, one more, guys. We got to get this flight going. Yeah. Let me text Captain Flacco, by the way. He wanted to see this thing. Okay. So looks decent. Brown trout. I'm going to keep him. Let's stop fishing. I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back to my apps. All right, guys. Well, we caught some fish, but now it's time to go. Remember yesterday? I don't know if you guys saw my stream yesterday. We flew in here. We tried landing the amphibious Caravan. There she is, by the way. We tried landing here in this pond. Yeah, that's correct. A Caravan in this little pond, and it went exactly as you would imagine. So I'm gonna leave Bob over there. Bob is hanging out doing his thing. I gotta get going. We're on our way to San Francisco today. However, there's a problem. We can't just leave here with the fuel and payload that we want to leave. If you guys saw yesterday, we ran into some nefarious activity happening on the grounds here at Coyote Estate. We uncovered a money printer. We saw some significant suspicious people, especially out towards the riverside, doing some nefarious things. And so I gotta get going. All of a sudden, I spent the night. My aircraft was nicely towed here by the bank, and we're gonna get going, but will I be able to take off? I don't know. Okay, chocks are still on. And let's take the pitot cover. By the way, we're like minimum fuel. I'm talking 10, 20 gallons a side. I think that's all I have. Because, again, I am trying to minimize the weight that I have on the aircraft before I get wheels up. Okay, looks like the staff here, the lovely staff, I'm not being pressured to say that, have told us to go ahead and get ready because the cargo has been loaded. So we're going to close the doors. Murray Shock 1232, howdy. Do you know if there is a sim brief profiles for the new 208? Great end of the stream yesterday. Oh, thanks, man. No, unfortunately, I just tried throwing a sim brief flight plan, and it still doesn't show the black square Caravan for some reason. I know there's a way. Hold on, let me stop the music. I'm done with the music. There is a way that you can create your own custom profile, but I'm just too lazy. I don't feel like doing that right now. All right, guys. So by the way, I didn't ask any questions. And yeah, Alpha GT, the feds, that was my favorite part of the entire stream. I did not expect that, man. So speaking of, because they are watching, I'm not asking any questions. I don't know what I'm transporting here. I'm just going to assume that we're doing a cargo mission for these lovely, lovely people. And I'm not going to ask any questions, so... Okay, the port little window's open, control lock. Let me make sure my condition lever is cut off. We can set that to max RPM, and I'm going to get going here fast. I do have my checklists, but I'm just kind of glance at them here and there. I'm not going to fully follow them to save time because I got to get going. Okay, so let me show you my payload once again. We do have 2 passengers on board. Something about escorting me, make sure I deliver the cargo. I don't know. They seem like lovely folks. 20 gallons aside, okay? So right now, our gross weight, 6,400 pounds. Why do my chocks just disappear on their own? I hate that. Rudder lock. By the way, you might have seen this the other day. If you forget your rudder lock on the tail, just pull back on the yoke. And that disconnects that rudder lock. Okay, anyways, parking brake is set. We've got the passengers on board. 20 gallons, just enough to get us airborne. Look at that. We have 0.6 hours of endurance, 191 nautical miles. I don't even know if I'm going to make it, but I'm going to stop at a local small airport and make sure that we get topped off or get fuel before we continue over to San Francisco. Okay, that's said and done. Tanks selected. Emergency power in the norm position. Fuel cut off. Firewall pushed in. Condition lever cut off. Prop lever full RPM. Let's go ahead and get the battery on. Unseaters test. Fire detection test. Beacon light on. Let's check battery bolts. Make sure these suckers didn't drain our battery overnight. 25, that looks good. Fuel boost pump can go to on. Clear prop, let's get started. Watching NG percent. Getting ready with my condition lever. Greater than 12%. Low idle. Nice. Good oil pressure, good temperature, fuel flow stabilizing 110 pounds per hour. Looking for greater than 52%. There we go. Starter can come off. Let's get avionics on. Fuel is low. Yep, I know that. I know that. Let's get our active noise cancellation on because I need it. It is rather loud in here. Okay, we got to reset that generator. There we go. Generator off, light extinguished. Auxiliary fuel pump is on. Let's go ahead and put it back to norm. Standby alternator power on. And all we're seeing is the fuel flow. Okay, so check it out. We're going to squawk VFR because from here, we're going to take off and we're going to head to a small little airfield. What is that? KCIC? Chico Municipal. 33 nautical miles. Perfect. I think we should be able to make it with this fuel load. And again, it's because I am super light on my payload, fuel, and all that. We're going to take off. I haven't decided which direction yet, but we're about to find out. Let's go. Flaps 20, by the way. It's going to be a short fuel takeoff. I'm going to go trim pitch up there. We definitely need that inertial separator. Let's check our engine. No FOD? Yeah, oh yeah, look at that. Loose rocks, looks like. Or clay, or whatever that is. Okay, let's get all lights on. Let people in the vicinity know that we are going to get ready to taxi. I don't know. Let me see what my weather is right here. Looks like everything's calm. I just need an altimeter setting. So click 42 Charlie Echo, weather 3016. 121416. 1416. Okay. And it looks like winds are 330 at 7. 330. So once again out of the northwest. Honestly, I kind of like that because I'd rather take off towards the tree line that you'll see here in just a second. Because look, we got runway 35, that dirt road. I'd rather take off south to north because there are some trees right here, but then the ground kind of dips down into that riverbank. And so I'd rather go that way instead of returning southbound because there's power lines immediately at the end of this runway. So I think I have better chances taking off from that direction towards this way. What do you guys think? Hey, Mac Oatmeal, what network are you flying on? So if you're asking about the multiplayer server, I'm just on the United States Northeast, or sorry, Southeast, whatever server it is than that. I'm not connected on VATSIM. I am not talking to Say Intentions just yet, but once we touch down at our first destination, we're going to fuel the aircraft, load up some more cargo and people, and we're going to continue towards San Francisco on Say Intentions AI. All right, guys. Yeah, watch out for the pier. Yeah, 100%, man. Let's get on the power here. Get out of this bank. Hopefully my nose doesn't tip over. Can I even get out of here? There we go. All right, we're moving. I don't think I'm going to make this takeoff, so I'm going to go. I'm going to make my own runway here. I'm going to continue taxiing all the way back here. This is going to be... do I have a good strip here? Hold up. I don't know, guys. I don't even know if I'm going to survive this. So here's what I'm going to do. The feds are out there on the lake. Remember, there's a patrol vehicle right there behind the trees, and there's a fed on the pontoon boat there watching me. There, you see right there? That's a fed, guys. Whoa. My engine just made a weird noise there. Don't know what that's about. Well, guys, when you don't have a runway, you make your own runway. So let's go to high idle on the condition lever. Check my engine instruments once again. What am I doing here? Everything's in the green, so I see no objections. I'm gonna let the engine stabilize, even though I should be conserving fuel. Zin going in. You guys ready? I don't know what's gonna happen here. I'm sorry, PT6. I'm gonna just go full power here. Power stabilizing. Brakes off. Oh, I'm nervous about this little dip here in the hill. Jesus. Oh God. Oh God. I'm gonna go over rocks here. We're flying. Holy hell. That little bump helped me. Okay, let's reduce power immediately. I am cooking this engine. Wow. Wow. Wow, we made it. Okay, enough of that. Let's get going. We got to get some gas, guys. We're doing some clandestine operations here. Okay, inertial separator. I'm going to close that. I'm going to let the engine breathe. That should help me on my ITT, reducing torque. You know what? You know what? I feel like buzzing this territory before I leave once and for all. I'm only 33 miles away from our destination. So, flaps up. Let's do a low pass here by the feds so they know that we're watching them. Yes, sir. Gear up. Thank you for asking. Hey, Rich has just subscribed. Thanks, brother. Welcome aboard. Look, the feds are right there on that. There's the patrol vehicle. Let's do a kind of a wing rock here. Say goodbye to our good new friends, even though we'll probably be back here. Now let's take a sharp left turn here, right over the river. Damn, the Caravan is a monster, man. That short field takeoff performance was... I'm happy. Steep bank, look at this. Let's continue, guys. So again, Charlie India Charlie is the identifier of our first destination. By the way, let me know if the engine sound is too low. I keep saying that on every live stream, and I keep reminding myself to check the volume on everything, because when I rewatch it later in the day, I'm very critical about myself, what I say, how everything sounds, and so I want to make sure you guys are getting the best experience. So what you guys, if you don't mind, let me know in the comments. Is the sound okay? I can make it a little louder here by getting the vents open. Get some air vents. And again, we're VFR right now on our way down to this airport. After takeoff checklist or en route climb, we've got power set about 1865. We've got our engine RPM 16 to 1900. ITT about 740. Fuel flow, we're at like 420 pounds per hour, but that's because of a climb setting. Let me check my fuel balance. 13 gallons on the right, 22 on the left. Okay, so we're gonna have to be very conservative here. I've only got 30 minutes of endurance. We're at 2,300 right now. Okay, thanks, bud. Thanks for letting me know. It sounds good, man. Appreciate it. There's 2,500. I just wonder if, I mean, the winds are behind us, so we're gonna get a little tailwind here. Let's go up to 4,500. Okay, I'm gonna stop feeding from the right tank. Yeah. It doesn't like that. Can I silence that horn, though? That's the thing. No. Yeah, it won't let me shut off the tank that I want, because that alarm will just keep going on and on and on. So we'll continue. I'm gonna have to get to my cruising altitude here. We'll say 30 or 4,500 feet. No, 3,500 actually. Yeah, we're heading east right now, southeast. Hey, Ken Lee May 1065, thank you for the love, and thank you for letting us know that you're enjoying these streams. I am enjoying them myself, and it's because of the challenges that we are presented with the Caravan, right? We're no longer just doing, well, for now, we're not just doing airline flights, sitting in a cockpit, LNAV, VNAV, all the way down. We're just having fun here, and really having to manage the controls, engine management, performance health. I mean, everything, right? This is a black square. You can expect a full-on suite of problems if you don't take care of your aircraft, and that's why we're loving it. We're going to cruise at 3,500 feet, so there we go. We're going to go altitude hold, roll mode enabled. Let's get the heading bug back on track. Okay, let's reduce power. I need to conserve gas here, guys. About 1,400 pounds. Let's go. About 1,750 on the RPM. I need to bring that fuel flow down, even though we're not as high. So we're still going to be consuming that normal, the normal amount of gas. We're about 340, 350 pounds per hour. But this should help us get there a little better. Yeah, endurance still showing half an hour. 32 gallons left of gas. And again, look at that right tank, man. That imbalance is scaring me a little bit. And I don't know how to silence that horn, by the way. Cabin temperature 67 degrees just with the vents open. That's beautiful right there. Trying to think what else I can do. What else can I do? All right, let's continue inbound. Again, look at that ITT, just nice and happy. 700 degrees. RPM, torque set, oil pressure, temperature happy. Fuel flow 340. Washington Edits 14. Yo, what up? Welcome aboard, good sir, good ma'am. I include both just in case we have females watching out there. Oh, you know what? This would have been a better airport, RBL. Let's see what the weather's there. Runways, we've got 33. Oh, dude, I'm going to KRBL. Yep, I'm going to do that. Let's check the info real quick. Once again, weather 3017, 320 at 7. Okay, 3017, give it a bump. Give it a bump. Yeah, that's a good point. I trimmed the aircraft. We're on autopilot. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and change our plan here, guys. We're going to divert here to Red Bluff Municipal. It's just out behind us here, outside of 42 Charlie Echo. Let's go ahead and add that KRBL. Let's remove that. Remove. At destination. Load procedure. Approach. Whatever, runway 33. Let's go with the visual. Load and activate. All right, let's bring it around, boys and girls. We got to get gas. Autopilot off. Hey, Washington Edis. Yeah, I'm using the Honeycomb Alpha yoke, and I've got the Honeycomb Bravo off to my side here with the throttle levers. I use 3D printed levers that I get from this store in Etsy. It's a guy called, his company name is Flight Sim Factory. He makes custom throttle grips for different aircraft. So here, I'll show you in just a second. Let me kind of level off here in a little bit, prepare for this approach, and I will show you an example of like the 737 grips that I have right here next to me. There we go, reducing power. Let's bring back that RPM. Is that the airfield right there? Yeah, that definitely is. Okay, hold up. Here, let me know if you can see this. See that? 737, 1-to-1 size and scale, functioning buttons. Really awesome. Is that the airport? I'm not convinced it is. Or is it over there? Yeah, we're still away. Get back on the power. That right tank is almost empty, man. Yeah, Mac Oatmeal, I can't imagine, man. I wish I had a force feedback yoke. That would make life so much better. And I've been really thinking about Moza, because I do have a Moza steering wheel setup. It's right over there behind my keyboard. And I use their 9 Newton meters of torque, or 12 Newton meters. I can't remember which one I got, but it's insane. Once you add that torque and that feedback, it's just a whole nother level in sim racing. So I can't imagine doing flights with them. All right, tally ho, I see the runway. We're going to do a kind of a left base here, modified left base at a 45 degree. Washington saying, yeah, nice. I used the Logitech yoke system. Nice. Yeah, the Logitech is a perfect yoke, especially for introductory phases. You don't have to spend as much money, and at least you get used to that feeling, right? Because when you can fly aircraft that have yokes like that, it's so amazing. It's all good. I can't spell today. Sometimes when I'm live streaming or recording, I mispronounce words so bad, man. It happens. 8 gallons. Man, I don't like this imbalance at all, but I don't want to annoy you guys with that horn. Okay, let's go gear down.
Yep, gear position. Yep, gear position.
And that's because we're in the amphibious model, so the onboard radar thinks that we're looking for a water landing, but we're not. We're going to silence that. Let's go flaps 10. High on the approach, that's fine. And if you're just tuning into the stream, guys, welcome aboard. I am back on the Black Square Caravan. We just took off from Coyote Estates. Remember, that's where I left off yesterday. Right now, what we're going to do is get some gas because we are almost empty on our right tank. I need it to be as light as possible because we had a very short dirt strip to take off from. So I just wanted to play it safe. We're going to touch down here, get some gas, file our flight plan, and then we're going to get going to San Francisco. Okay, flaps full, RPM to max. Let's go into a little bit of a slip here, or a little bit high. There we go. A little drift in the air, bleeding off that airspeed and altitude. But I'm forcing that right tank now to get even emptier, so let's try this. 7 gallons left. Okay, we'll be fine. I'm not going around here. Winds are pretty calm. Mac Oatmeal saying he's got the AB9 Moza force feedback base. The stick base definitely has a lot better support. The software isn't bad, but it isn't as in-depth as I'd like personally. I might get a burner soon. I don't blame you. All right, let me pay attention. I'm over here way high. Okay, got a little crosswind there. I see the windsock. Get on the power, get on the power. Don't want to just slam the deck here. There we go. Let's keep rolling. Keep the speed up. I'm going to bring the flaps up. Hey, D3642, welcome back, good sir. Let's go to beta. There we go. Why does it sound like Car from Knight Rider? Are you talking about that? Check gear. Check gear. Yeah, that's pretty awesome when it does that. It's just letting you know that, hey, you're in the amphibious model. You might want to confirm your configuration. All right, let's go find a spot to park here really quick. We're going to load up on gas, fire back up, file our flight plan, and get going to San Francisco. Now, I've never done a engine start after flying the aircraft, so I don't know how that ITT is going to behave, but we'll see. Okay, I see a marshaller there. Default scenery, so not the best looking. Hey, Washington, thanks for the sub, brother. Welcome aboard. Thanks for the love. Watch the wingtips. Where does he want me to park? All right, we'll call it good there. 747 God has subscribed. Thank you for that, good sir. Welcome aboard. All right, lights off. Let's turn off avionics. Bring that propeller lever to feather. I'm supposed to let it idle for a minute, but I don't have that time. I'm going to go to low idle and then cut off. Lights off. Fuel boost pump to off. Battery off. Control locks. Let's get those chocks on. And then, you know what? Let me see if GSX will come out here. I doubt it. I don't think it'll be modeled.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Request refueling. American Airlines. Menzies.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Okay. Let's get off. Refueling truck should be there. Oh, look at that. They're sending the big boy. That looks like a 10K. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to wait to load some fuel. Our passengers, aka the armed escorts that they may or may not have sent with us, sent them. 3642. Are we transporting ramen today? Yeah, ramen. Fuel truck's on its way, so let's go ahead and file the flight plan. Oh, look at that. I already had it set. KRBL to San Francisco. San Jose is our alternate. Looks like an airtime of 110. Looks like we're looking for 989 pounds of fuel. 1365 on the cargo. Whoa, guy. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? How much did we need? 989? Let's go 50%. Bro, what are you doing to my plane, dude? You just pissed off my new bosses, my new employer. And now he's inside my airplane. Tail dragger, clean. Thanks. He is putting single point pressure refueling. Nah, that's not how you feel a Caravan, buddy. You need to go back to training. There are some Caravans that have a single point pressure connection. And they're usually not the amphibious models. And you can find it right here. But they're slow. I'd rather do overwing fueling, even though it sucks to get up on a ladder. Okay, they're fueling us. You can see the truck. There's the guy doing his thing. Let me check my payload. There we go. Fuel is coming online or getting loaded. We're supposed to have 3 passengers, so I guess we're picking up another escort here. There we go. We've got 84 gallons aside, 1365 on the cargo. I don't even know. Let's see. Let's go full weight. Bring that CG 320. I'm going to just load them as much as I can. 150. So that's 300 pounds. So that's 600. 920. We still need some cargo, so we'll just add people per se. That's 12, 20. That's 13, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. There we go. CG's a little bit heavy on the tail side. It's all good. Okay. We're all good. Fuel truck is gone. Let's get ready to get this puppy fired up yet again. There we go. And yeah, you guys won't see the passengers or the cargo because, again, we're using the black square tablet, not the actual default EFB here from the simulator. Let's bring those trucks on board. Parking brake is set. Let's climb aboard. Okay. Control locks removed. Okay. RPM full forward. Idle. Double check everything looks good. Engine condition 94%. Yeah, I beat that thing up on takeoff. Battery on. We've got oxygen, fuel tank selected. Let's go ahead and get that beacon light on. I'm gonna go ahead and call clear prop already. Let's close the vents, however, you don't want to have them open during engine start. Okay. Steve just ham. Sorry, I'm butchering that out. 5157. Love the game. Career mode bugs are too frustrating. Tried 3 missions yesterday in a row where the landing gear would not deploy. Took about 2.5 hours. Didn't finish 1 mission. Yeah, we don't play career mode at all because ever since the simulator released, it's just been very, very bad to fly in. But stay tuned because Captain Flacco, my partner and founder of the channel, is doing something behind the scenes to get you guys motivated to purchase the Black Square Caravan and use it in career mode. It's a game changer and it goes miles ahead of the default Caravan, okay? All right, clear prop. I'm going to go ahead and get that fuel pump on. Check my battery bolts. Got 25, so we're good there. You guys ready? Let's do it. I'm gonna let it sit there for a second, get some fresh air. 12, 14, oil pressure climbing. Let's get some gas. Again, monitoring that ITT. Nice. Steve saying, thanks, bro. No, thank you, man. Thank you for being here with me. Again, it makes it all that much more fun and enjoyable for me to fly and do these kind of missions. Okay. Starter can go back to off. Let me trip this, by the way. Turn off the standby alternator. Let's check the generator. There we go. Standby alternator can go on. Boost pump to norm. Avionics on. D3642, I can't see your plane on my end. I'm a Medevac Caravan. Oh, I see you. There you are. Yeah, so if you don't have the Black Square Caravan, you won't be able to see the model, unfortunately, man. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's go ahead and get ATIS, even though we kind of already figured it out here. Flight plan, we're going to go ahead and delete. Set origin, KRBL. Destination, KSFO, San Francisco. And then our only waypoint is Archie. cruising at 8,000. Okay, we're all set up. 161 nautical miles. And let me just, again, check that weather info out here. Weather data. I got to fire up Say Intentions, by the way, if I want to use ATC. And then once again, guys, like yesterday, I'll be using Mountain Air call sign 234. We got to go to center 12485. And then we will get our clearance through them. And let's see if they can hear us. Center Mountain Air 234 at Red Bluff with the weather, requesting IFR San Francisco.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Okay. Oh, Seattle Center. Okay. Nav light on. Taxi, let's get the flap down.
Mountain 234, cleared to San Francisco. Radar vectors arch E, then as filed. Climb and maintain 8,000. Departure on 132.2 squawk 4521. Release for departure. Clearance void if not off by 1741 Zulu. Time now 1726.
Clear to San Francisco, radar vectors Archie, then is filed, climb and maintain 8,000, departure on 132.2, squawk 4521, and release for departure, void if not off by 1741 Zulu for Mountain 234.
Mountain 234, read back correct.
Let's go on, back.
Air 9660, contact Reading Tower on 119.8.
Okay. Let me grab my CTAF 123.0. And if you guys don't know what CTAF is, Common Traffic Advisory Frequency, that is to let traffic around you know what you're doing on an uncontrolled airport. So I'm going to make a call now.
Citation 00 Papa departing runway 15, Red Bluff.
Red Bluff traffic, Caravan 2 or 511 Kilo Golf, taxiing runway 334 departure. Red Bluff traffic. Okay, check the brakes. They feel good. We're going to head back to runway 33. I think we have to do a back taxi here. Check trim, back to takeoff. Get that inertial separator on. Yep, we got FOD. My tail number is 511 Kilo Golf, but I'm using Mountain Air 234 as my call sign just for Say Intentions. Red Bluff traffic, Caravan 511 Kilo Golf is on Alpha. And we're taxiing runway 334 departure for Red Bluff traffic. Okay, so we do have a taxiway here. I thought we were going to have to back taxi. We're good.
Approaching runway 33.
I'm going to check flight controls here while I am taxiing just to save ourselves from doing that on the run-up.
Red Bluff traffic, Cirrus 2 November Echo, taxi to runway 15 for VFR pass and work. Red Bluff.
So it looks like traffic around me is using 15, the opposite end. We're going to do our best. We're going to take off against them. And then we have until 1744 Zulu to get wheels up. Otherwise, our IFR clearance is void. All right, I'm going to hold short here. Let's go ahead and get ready to do our run-up. Let's go and look for 400 pounds of torque. Hey, Flacco, what's good, everybody? What's going on, brother? Welcome aboard. There's 400 foot-pounds of torque. Suction looking good in the green. Now let's adjust the RPM for 1800 RPM. 1800, let's do a governor overspeed test. Looking for 1750 plus or minus 6 or 60. Release. ITT looks good. RPM stable, torque stable. Let's cycle that inertial separator. Observe. ITT and torque. Got a little bit of torque there. Let's turn it back on. Okay. Good fuel flow, good fuel quantities. Let's check the ice systems. Increase in load. Amps. And now let's look for our de-ice boosts. Yep, there they go. Annunciator panel, de-ice pressure, release. Good. Okay, we got a good engine run up. Got a high idle. Let's do a quick autopilot test, even though we've already done and know the autopilot works. Good. Let's go 30 degrees right. Good. Autopilot disconnect. Checks out. Let's set that heading bug to 330 or thereabout. Departure was on 132.2. I'm going to set that on my standby. Altitude reporting mode now for takeoff. Close the window. And I think we are all set, guys. Yep. Reset that trim. Parking brake off. Lights on.
Red Bluff traffic, Bonanza 09er Yankee departing runway 15, Red Bluffs.
Hey, Flacco. Yeah, man, we caught some fish at the beginning of the stream. We did it for like 2-3 minutes, and then I had to get going. Watch that part of the takeoff, by the way. That was sketchy. Red Bluff traffic. This is Caravan 511 Kilo Golf, taking runway 3348, south departure. Red Bluff traffic.
Approaching runway 3.
Here we go. Let's get on the power, nice and easy. We don't need to overstress this engine.
3 remaining.
Get into the wind a little bit here.
5,300 feet. On runway 3.
Takeoff power set.
Remaining. 5,300 feet.
Airspeed's alive. Engine instruments looking good. Oh, forgot my prop lever. Whoops. There's 80 knots. We're going to start pitching back nice and easy. And we're airborne. Looking at the vertical speed indicator, we've got a positive rate. Let's get gear up. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out on my map. And let's contact departure. Let me make that final call. Red Bluff traffic, Caravan 511 Kilo Golf on the upwind runway 33, departing to the south, last call. Red Bluff traffic. Switching over, let's call departure. And Seattle departure. This is Mountain 234, climbing 900 for 8,000. Let's get above 95 knots.
234 Oakland Center, radar contact, climb and maintain 8,000, turn left, heading 160, vectors to Arch E, then on course.
Climb and maintain 8,000, left turn heading 160, vectors to Arch E, and then on course for Mountain 234. Flaps up. Inertial separator can be closed. We don't need it. Let's reduce torque. He said 160. There we go. I'm going to get the autopilot on, guys, and then I'll take a look at the chat. I do see it updating there, so I know some of you guys are saying some stuff. There we go, leveling off about 160. Good power, good ITT, good fuel flow, RPM showing good. And let me see. Go to GPS. Let's go 160. There we go. Let's go heading mode. There we go. Kind of quiet now. Let's get the vents back open. Should bring a little bit more life to the cockpit. Landing lights off. Pitot heat will be on if we are experiencing temperatures lower than 4 degrees Celsius. Yeah, not a case. 22, 25 degrees Celsius. We're good. We're climbing. Climb power set. Here, let me come back. Pause track IR. Alpha saying, I've become too reliant on G1000s to go back to the basic six-pack. I get it, man. The reality is I prefer to learn and get confident and get more proficient with the six-pack, because when I fly glass, I know that if I experience any type of failure, I can rely on those analog gauges. Now, I know a lot of people just jump right into the G1000, and I get it, man. When I went through flight training in real life, they tried to sell me on the G1000 equipped Cessnas at my school. And I was like, nah, man, I don't feel like paying $250 an hour for a Cessna with air conditioning in a G1000 when I can pay $170 an hour. Remember, and that's without the instructor rate. So you have to pay the instructor on top of that. So that price point starts to step up significantly. If I'm going to pay $250 an hour, it better be a complex aircraft or a technologically advanced aircraft. Something that I feel like my money's really going to. Flying on the G1000 is amazing, is so easy, but I feel like it saved me money, saved me time, because I mastered the analog gauges, and that's why when I'm in the sim, I typically fly steam gauges or analog gauges when I'm doing GA flying. Now, with certain aircraft, right, like the jets, like the Citation 10, the Honda Jet, all that, and of course, we're using glass cockpits, but I'm a sucker for six-packs. Just give it a shot, man. It's not that hard. Once you do get proficient on it, I'm telling you, you're going to feel like a more proficient pilot, and you're going to feel better about your sim experience. Flacco saying, speaking of six-pack, this plane would probably be sick with using the altimeter mode of six-pack. Oh, that's a good point, Flacco. We should try that, man. Alpha says, I'm a rural airport maintenance contractor here in Alaska for DOT. I see the Caravan every day, that and the King Air 200. Yeah, and speaking of the King Air 200, Caranado is about to release that here soon for Flight Sim 2024 and 2020. Stay tuned for that one, because we will definitely be getting our hands on that one. I feel like this simulator needs a really good King Air, because we all fly this Caravan, right? The Caravan's nice, but having two PT6s and the performance payload capabilities that the King Air family offers is second to none. Tail Dragger, dual Garmin G5s, 172 is 240 an hour with CFI here. Okay. And see, and I get that, but I still don't, because the last two airplanes that I've flown, one was a PA-28 Archer, or a Cherokee. Sorry, a Cherokee. It had steam gauges with the two Garmin G5 displays, and the same thing for a 172 SP that I always fly out of Orlando Executive, G5s, and the rate was below 180 an hour. So, but yeah, I get it. With the CFI 250, okay, we're in a better area now. Oops, I have my keyboard on the other side. Okay, let's see how we're looking on the climb. RPM set to 1900. Got 1,650 foot-pounds of torque. Airspeed is okay for now. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Doing 107 across the ground. We're barely climbing at 600 feet a minute. We are a little bit heavier. Fuel flow is on the heavier side. That's fine. Everything is good so far. Knock on wood. Alpha GT says, I'm a heavy equipment operator, but seeing aircraft every day makes me want to be a pilot. The closest I've got is MSFS. Seriously considering a PPL and then commercial in the future. Man, go for it. You're going to have such a blast. And I always say this in my videos and live streams. You'd be surprised how much you can learn and be ahead of the curve when you show up to your flight school if you practice on flight sim and you know how to read your instruments. If you know what an attitude indicator is, a heading indicator, altimeter, vertical speed indicator, airspeed indicator, and your turn slip coordinator, you are already ahead of everybody else that has no idea what they're doing when they step in there. And you're going to save yourself money, save yourself time, and your instructor's going to love you even more because you're going to show them that, hey, you might be green, you might be a new guy, but you're not as green as most people they encounter. I promise you that. Murray Shog 1232 SWS, the Simworks Studios Kodiak is coming the 27th. Looking forward to that plane as well. Yeah, I'm going to get it. Again, I haven't flown it since Flight Sim 2020, so I really want to see how much better it is inside Flight Sim 2024, and I'm pretty sure it will be amazing because the Simworks Studios Pilatus is one of my all-time favorites. Okay, watching my airspeed is dropping, ITT getting a little hotter. Let's reduce that climb rate. Bring back power just a bit here. See how the engine's doing. 94%, that's where we had it at from that takeoff. Everything's looking good. No cabin air right now. 69 degrees giggity inside the cabin. That's comfortable. It's going to take me a while to climb to 8,000 because she's heavy. Make sure RPM is full forward there. Yep. Beautiful day here. You know what? Let me decrease that climb rate a little bit more. I'm going to let that airspeed pick up. We can flirt with that yellow band on the ITT a little bit. I just want to get that airspeed a little bit more. $6,200 feet now. Okay, speed's coming back up nice and easy. We're showing just about 100 knots indicated there. And remember, those winds are coming out of the northwest, so once we cruise and we set ourselves up at 8,000 feet, we should have a better ground speed. And, yeah, we'll be a little bit more efficient here. Just taking our sweet time, guys. There's no rush. If I see myself running a little bit short on time, I'm just going to speed up the sim rate to close that distance between ourselves right now and San Francisco, which, by the way, let me check my track. Yeah, we're just parallel of our magenta track. He told us radar vectors to Archie, then on course. Where's Archie? Oh, there it is. It's way out there by San Jose. Okay, well, let's see what type of weather we're having at San Francisco. Very, very congested here. Let's go to menu. Let's hide intersections, NDBs. There we go. 3014, winds out of the east, relatively calm. Keep an eye on my speed. Okay, so winds that are out of the east, but they're calm. I'm still going to take a guess and say that San Francisco is probably landing on runways 28 left, 28 right. They're right here. They're the famous two parallel runways where you see a lot of United traffic racing each other, coming down for simultaneous approaches. But if we have to, we can always take runways 10 right or 10 left. So we'll just expect that for now. And I'm going to say 10 left because signature, the GA ramp is over here. 1,000 feet to go. That was the horn. So we'll just prepare for that. We only have RNAV approaches. That's fine. Nope. Cancel. RNAV 10 left. All right. Oh, that's 01. No, that's 10 left. It's throwing me off here with the 0-1 right. All right. Look at that ground speed, by the way. We definitely have some good tailwinds up here. Cabin temperature 63 degrees now. I could get a little bit of heat. Keep it comfortable. So let's get some heat on. 72 degrees seems fine. Let's get that climb rate a little higher. What's my outside air temperature? Only dropped down about 8-10 degrees most, so we're still good.
Mountain 234, please expedite your climb to 8,000 feet.
Unable. This is the best we can do for Mountain 234. You ain't gonna tell me to expedite.
Mountain 234, maintain 8,000 then.
All right, we'll maintain 8,000 when we level off from Mountain 234. Don't be rushing me, fool. I'll get there when I want to. By the way, that is a real thing. If you're ever like a GA, so Alpha, I'll give you a heads up, right? If you are doing your flight training and let's say you do get through your instrument rating because you say you want to go through commercial, you get to your instrument rating and you have a controller trying to expedite your climb or your speed and you're doing the best you can say unable. This is the best I can do, and that's a real thing. It's up to the controller then figure out how to sequence you and how to space you out between other traffic. Now when you're VFR, it's a whole different story, right? Because you're responsible for your own separation. Now pause, you're still responsible for visual separation even in IFR conditions, right? However, if you're in IMC, which is instrument meteorological conditions, that means you're in the weather, you're in clouds, very low visibility, and you can't see other traffic. That's where the air traffic controller, whether it's approach, center, or tower, is going to be responsible to keep you and other aircraft from hitting each other. But ultimately, you're the pilot in command. You safely operate that aircraft as best as you can within the envelope of performance and the pilot operating handbook, and you let controllers what you can and cannot do, even when they're crying or screaming at you, okay? So now say intentions is kind of cool because you can have that interaction with them, but sometimes they'll kind of bug out and they'll just ignore what you said and be like, okay, whatever, continue. And so it's easier here. Flacco saying, should we do a head-to-head with the Caravan from Black Square and the SWS Kodiak? Yeah, man, absolutely. We're definitely going to do that, Flacco. D3642, are you using Atmos for weather? Yes, sir. Rex Atmos. You can see it looks beautiful. You can see that haze in the distance. Really makes a difference. Yeah, Alpha, I'm telling you, it's all legal. Again, you are pilot in command when you're operating an aircraft. Even as a student pilot, you are the pilot in command. You're going to be on the left seat. You are responsible for that aircraft and whatever happens. Now, granted, when you're with an instructor or a safety pilot, you have that freedom to be to just let them know, hey, I'm not comfortable, can you take over the controls? You do what's called a positive exchange of controls, where you say your controls. That safety pilot or instructor will then say my controls. You reaffirm it by saying your controls, and at that point you just take a breather, let them know, hey, I just need to reorient myself, I'm a little bit lost, I'm a little intimidated, and then take over the controls with the same process. So again, you're pilot in command. You do what you have to stay safe, to stay legal, and to operate that aircraft within the parameters of the performance that is published. Okay, we're cruising 8,000 feet, good ground speed. Let's bring back power. I always like to shoot for 1,400 to 1,500 foot-pounds of torque. RPM can come back down to 1,800. ITT, she's okay there. She's happy. Oil pressure, good. Oil temperature in green. NG, that's your gas generator RPM, looking good. Fuel flow, right over 350 pounds per hour. Good fuel. Good cabin temperature. Cruise power set. And now that I'm on track, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to go nav mode. I'm going to get back on course here. Let's disengage heading. There we go, GPS. We're still a little bit off track there. Desired track 160. I'm going to bring that CDI needle. Okay, so let's turn a little bit to the left. Let's say 150 just to intercept that course.
Oakland Center, Glacier 190.
D3642, what is emergency power for? You know, that's a good question. I don't have the correct answer. My suggestion is, or my guess, best guess is, if you're ever experiencing a rough running engine, you feel like you're losing power, you would then use that emergency power lever to give the engine a little bit more of a boost. Now, my assumption, and again, I have to go through the manual, which I do have it right here open. We can confer with it together, is that when you do enable emergency power, you're probably going to be taken away from the engine life, right? Because it makes me think of World War II fighters when they had like the, was it ethanol or alcohol injection or something like that? It was called the war emergency power. That would give the engine a boost, especially if fighters found themselves in a storm of flak and they needed to boogie out really fast. They would use that on their throttle. But I know that over time, doing that, you're going to be running your engine very, very harshly. And over time, that engine would definitely need to be looked at, maintained. But you know what? Let's pull up the manual and let's talk about it together. That's a great question, man. I'm going to pause track IR here. You guys enjoy the visuals. Let's pull it up. Emergency power. Let's see. I'm just looking through the manual right now and seeing what I can find. I actually don't see anything in the manual. It just lists it on the checklist. Okay, so this is just an AI answer from Google. And if any of you out there know the answer, feel free to drop it in the comments, guys. I'm not ashamed to say I don't know something, and I don't want to lie and say something wrong. According to AI, in a Cessna 208 Caravan aircraft, the emergency power lever manages fuel flow and the fuel control unit, the FCU, if it fails, preventing engine flameout. It acts as a manual backup to maintain engine power when the automatic system fails, allowing the pilot to control engine power manually to land safely. Okay, so it sounds like kind of like what I was saying, but not really. If you're experiencing issues with the fuel control unit, the engine defaults to a low idle, which is insufficient for flight. Therefore, the emergency power lever lets the pilot manually control fuel flow to the engine, bypassing the automatic system. Fair enough. Makes sense. Okay, I'm going to keep the checklist right here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. By the way, guys, before I forget, earlier today, maybe a couple hours ago, I published the full dedicated tutorial for this aircraft family. I used the FedEx variant once again. I love that cargo feeder. And guys, if you follow that tutorial, I promise you will see exactly what I'm doing here, but with more attention to detail on the checklist to make sure that you're doing everything as published. And that way you can start mastering the Caravan. I'm learning as I go. Every time I fly the aircraft, I get more confident. Now I know where most buttons are at, most functions, and so I'm kind of just doing memory items here. But if you're new to the plane, get into the habit of using that checklist more so than I'm doing here in the live stream, so that you can get proficient and really master and tune in on your skills on the Caravan. Yeah, 3642, good to know when we get to 0% engine condition. That's a good idea. Maybe once that engine is beat up, throw the emergency power lever and see if that helps us respond a little better. All right, let me get some water. Getting a little thirsty here. And if you're just tuning into the stream right now, guys, welcome aboard. Captain Gonzo once again here on the Black Square Caravan Amphibious. We took off from Coyote Estate, a scenery by Parallel 42. We were fishing there using their little app called Go Fish. I just learned about it today. And you can actually sit there and fish, whether you're in saltwater, freshwater. You just got to be near a body of water in your avatar mode, right? So Shift C, Charlie. You can walk around, find the nearest body of water. It's great for amphibious aircraft because you can just park the aircraft jump off and go do some fishing. And anyways, we took off with a very, very light payload, 2 passengers and barely any fuel, because we had a very short strip there to get airborne, and I wanted to play it safe. And then I quickly found Red Bluff Municipal Airport to the southwest, just a few minutes away. Landed, got some gas, got some cargo, more passengers, and now we are heading to San Francisco to end the stream for today. And guys, just to let you know, so the streaming cycle is predominantly going to be like this during the weekdays, around noon to 2 p.m., 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. I work weekends, so Friday through Sundays, I don't even get time to power on my computer. I've got long shifts, I commute far, and so I'm offline. But come Monday through Thursday, you guys can expect to see me or Captain Flacco, either during the daytime by myself, and usually at least once a week, myself and Captain Flacco will be doing a simultaneous live stream in the evening hours to get you guys more involved. Ricardo Sands, time to take her into Idaho, Alaska, Montana, and Papua New Guinea now. Dude, that would be amazing. I think that's going to be my next trip that I plan. And I'm going to do is, after I finish this flight, I'm going to look into preparing for next week's live streams. And I'm going to do something like that, right? Because I've been watching, you guys hear me mention Pilot Debrief. I said it yesterday. He was doing an analysis on this missionary bush pilot out in Papua New Guinea. And the flying there is insane, man, with the weather conditions. So I would love to try that, man. That would be awesome. Thomas, what's up? Good evening. Welcome back. Good to see you back on the chat. Thank you for tuning in yet again. Man, it gets hot in my room, by the way. My computer turned into a space heater, and it's right underneath me, underneath my desktop here on my actual desk. And it gets really hot in here, even though I've got my fan on, so it's a little steamy. That 5090 does turn your room into a heater very, very quickly. Let's go outside. Love the scenery out here, man. It looks so cool. And you guys see how effective Track IR is? When I pan my head, I can keep a good lock on my aircraft. And then I can readjust using the numpad. There we go. Look how beautiful that airplane is, man. Let's go around the back. Switching to NorCal on 125.4 for Mountain 734 or 234. So long. NorCal departure Mountain 234 8000. Nothing? I didn't hear them. That's weird. Okay, but I'm seeing my say intentions comms, and they're saying altimeter 3015.
Romeo Mike, contact Oakland Center on 127.8.
One bump.
Beechcraft 9 Romeo Mike, good day.
One bump. There we go.
Local approach, Cessna 714 Foxtrot Juliet. Just had another mid-air. This time it was a jet off to my left, 10 o'clock.
You guys heard that? They had a midair?
Juliet, Roger, near mid-air reported. Thank you.
Interesting. Ricardo Sands, the C208 is so versatile. They're everywhere. Real workhorse. Yeah, man. There's a reason why this airplane is very popular. I said it yesterday, I believe, in the previous live streams. I've got a cousin who's an airline pilot now, flies the Airbus 320, but he did fly the Caravan for a while, and he says that one of the things he loved is that it felt like flying an oversized Cessna 182, which he also flew. And so that's pretty cool to think that you can apply the same fundamentals to its big brother, the Caravan. Okay, our torque is increasing. Let's bring that torque back. There we go, about 1400. RPM still good. ITT looking good. D3642, man, if I can see you on my end, can't even see the name tag. Must be MSFS doing weird things again. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's the thing. The multiplayer is it's a hit or miss every time. Me and Captain Flacco have all kinds of issues when we try to fly together. Sometimes you can see each other, sometimes you don't. It's weird, man. I'm sorry. I wish you could see me. We can do some formation flying right now. That'd be awesome. Let's go to the back. Let's enjoy the views from the wings. That looks so cool, man. I've never actually flown inside a Caravan, but I'm assuming this must be a nice, comfortable ride. And it sits pretty high up from the ground, too. When you're next to them, they're actually a little bit intimidating how big these airplanes are, even though they're not, like, huge. But right next to the brand new Sky Courier, the 408, which is the evolution of the Caravan, now with twin engines, dual PT6s. This plane holds its own, man. It's still a very, very good platform. Look at this. We're rocking up here. Like some winds. I got to check my wind forecast. I didn't even take a look at that. Okay, right now showing that our top of descent is in about 37 minutes. Not too bad. I might speed things up, though, guys, because, again, my time frame for lives in the afternoon is a little bit confined. Usually by 2:30, 3 o'clock Eastern, I have to be off the air so I can go take care of stuff. So just going to continue enjoying the views for a few more moments. Check in with me in the chat if you haven't. And again, if you're just tuning in, Captain Gonzo, that Flight Sim channel, continuing our journeys with the Black Square Caravan, a phenomenal aircraft, released 2 days ago, March 17th. If you're on the fence about it, you're missing out. Tremendous, and excellent pay-aware add-on by Black Square. Okay, let's look at the other wing. There we go. Whoa, I got scared there. Got some mountains off to our right. That'll be on the west side. Oh, I don't even realize the sunshade's here. That's cool. Can I pivot it? Can I, like, tilt it? Nope. Hey, but it works. That's cool. Let's see how she's behaving. She's doing good. We're just shy of 130 knots indicated airspeed, showing 159 across the ground. I'm happy. I'll take that. Let's see what the wind forecast were. So top of climb, near the top of descent at 12,000 feet. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 9 knots, so we can expect a tailwind component there. If we were at 12,000 of +7. We're at 8,000, however, and look at that. Winds 334, still out of the northwest, +16. I like it. And as we descend, they are still favorable. Not bad at all. Once again, this is why I love SimBrief. It's much more than just filing a flight plan. You get a full operational flight plan. And if you take your time and read everything, It really gives you an in-depth look at what real commercial pilots experience or are familiar with, right? And so this is pretty good, not too bad. Also, public service announcements today. If you are a Navigraph subscriber like myself to use SimBrief, make sure you update your AirAct cycle. 2603 is now live. So before you get on board your aircraft, before you fire up the sim, don't forget to check that Navigraph hub and update it so that you are not out of cycle. Okay, let's hide that EFB. You know what? Let's speed things up a little bit. What was that? That was weird. Okay. RPM still good. I think it was me. I was hiding that toolbar up top. Yeah, let's go ahead and increase the sim rate just a little bit here. I want to get closer. 1, 2, 3. Stay within like 10 miles so we can get into our fun phase of flight. Monitoring my instruments.
Contact Oakland Center on 127.905. Over to Oakland Center on 127.905. East experimental 5 Kilo Juliet.
And it's funny because when you go fly airliners, right, like the PMDG, the Phoenix, or anything like that, when you increase the sim rate, you can really feel that speed. But here in the Caravan, it's kind of like, not that fast, but it's still something, right? Still better.
Southwest 654, contact Oakland Center on 127.905.
I wish we could fly in the Caravan this fast. That would be so awesome.
For Southwest 654. Skywest 4448, contact Oakland Center on 132.905. 132.905 for Skywest 4448. Good day. Mountain 234, expect the ILS runway 28 right approach into San Francisco.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll expect the ILS 28 right approach in San Francisco for Mountain 7 or 234. Interesting choice of runway. Have a direct crosswind right to left, lining up for runway 28 right. Now 28. No, yeah, winds were showing out of the east, so it's a tailwind. You sure about that, buddy?
Mountain 234, contact Travis approach on 119.9er.
Travis approach on 119.9er for Mountain 234. So long. Travis approach Mountain 234, 8,000.
Mountain 234, Travis approach. Good afternoon, Vacaville altimeter 3015.
3015 for Mountain 234. Okay, winds are now 20 at 5 knots. So again, still, I don't know. We'll see about that.
Uniform Victor, contact Oakland Center on 132.905.
What airport is this, by the way? Oh, there we go. Travis Air Force Base. Makes sense. I had a feeling when they said Travis, I'm just not familiar geographically where Travis was at, but. Airborne Geek, what's up, man? Welcome back. Look at that. That's Travis Air Force Base, boys and girls. Plenty of runway there in case we had to divert, but we get in a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, I don't have a scenery there. That would be cool if I had a payware or even a freeware scenery enhancement to see if we had military aircraft. All right, let's keep going on the sim rate here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is a beautiful scene indeed, my friend. I love it flying out here on the West Coast. Really just gives me something different. Again, we're native Floridians at that Flight Sim channel, so we get bored of seeing flat terrain and same things, communities everywhere, apartments, restaurants. Everybody wants to come and visit the rat, aka Mickey Mouse.
5.85 for Southwest 8700.
All right, just over 30 miles now from Archie. I think Archie is one of the initial approach fixes for the 2-8 right approach. I think. $20 miles now. One, two, three. Okay, we're back to normal sim rate. Let's go ahead and start configuring that approach. Okay, what is that? Livermore. Okay, just looking at what type of airports we've got around us. Let's go back to flight plan, actually procedure. Go to approach. He said expect the ILS 28 right. We're going to load that. And Archie. That's our transition. We're going to load approach. Go back. Charts.
Mountain 234, contact NorCal approach on 123.85.
NorCal approach 123.85 for Mountain 234. Bye-bye. Go to approaches. 28 right. Did I miss it? I know I see the Cat 1. Yeah, I think that's what I want. There it is. All right, let me contact approach real quick. NorCal approach, Mountain 234, 8,000.
Mountain 234, NorCal approach. Good afternoon, Livermore, altimeter 3014.
3014 for Mountain 234. One bump. One bump. All right, let's pick up ATIS. I just want to confirm that we were seeing there on the GTN 750 made sense. ATIS is on 113.7.
Mountain 234, proceed direct C-pin. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Altimeter 3014 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 28 right approach.
Direct C-pin, descend and maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS 28 right approach for Mountain 234. Okay. Let's find C-pin. I thought I typed in 113.7? No. There we go. What is it doing that? Interesting. Okay, so we'll try 118.85. Let's monitor COM2.
Al Airport. Information Oscar. 1656 Zulu. Arriving runways 28 right, 28 left. Departing runways 1 left, 28 right, 28 left, 1 right. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 17, dew point 12. Altimeter 3014. Cosmic response team on standby at cargo area. Advise on initial contact. You have information Oscar.
Okay, I think we've got Oscar. Let me listen to it one more time.
Airport. Information Oscar.
Reducing power.
1656 Zulu. Arriving runways 28 right, 28 left.
Okay.
Departing runways 1 left, 28 right, 28 left, 1 right. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky clear.
All right, we've got Oscar. Let me just refer back to that chart once again. 111.7. We're going to put that into our active. Final approach course 284 degrees. I'm going to set that on the CDI here, the HSI. Okay, 280. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Touchdown zone elevation 13 feet on the missed approach. Climb to 3000 on the San Francisco VOR. Radio 281 to VICU. And hold at 12 DME. 115.8. We'll do that. 281. Okay. I think I'm all good. And then what's my minimums? Yeah, 200 on the radar altimeter. Okay. Let's get this descent rate down a little bit more. I see the bay here. San Francisco is off over there somewhere in the haze. You know what? I'm going to synchronize my heading bug here. This present heading. And I'm going to go nav, heading mode. And now we have this configured for the ILS. We're still descending to the 6,450 now. All right, descent checklist, pitot heat on if outside air temperature less than 4 degrees Celsius. Eyes protection as required. No smoking. Seatbelt signs on. Yep, forgot I have passengers, technically. Turn that on. Propeller lever 16 to 1900 RPM. We are at 1800. Power lever reduce. Okay, we're good. Descent checklist complete. Was I reading my altimeter incorrectly? What the heck? Okay, we got to increase this a lot more. Again, reducing power here as we're on this descent. Right now we're showing 20 nautical miles from the San Francisco VOR. So that's good. It's probably a good idea to keep our speed up here. San Francisco is a Class Bravo, full of a lot of airline traffic that are probably on the same trajectory as I am, lining up for runway 28 left and right. So keep my speed up as best as I can. Okay, we're going to arm nav mode. Get that localizer.
9974, contact Oakland Tower on 118.3.
118.3 for UPS 9974. Good day.
Alaska 689, contact Oakland Center on 134.15.
There's the needle. She's... I thought I saw her move a little bit. What's the message? Arrival at waypoint Seepin. Yep. Again, we've armed nav. About to level up at 3000. Get back on the power.
Mountain 234, contact San Francisco Tower on 120.5 when established.
All right, we'll contact tower when established for Mountain 234. So long. Okay, still 1 mile or just a little bit over 1 mile from Seepin. Should be intercepting the localizer here. Hey, Mbibis just joined. How far from the destination? We're about to touch down, brother. We're here. About to intercept the localizer for 28 right into San Francisco. We're over the bay. Pablo Escores has just subscribed. Thank you so much for that. Welcome aboard to That Flight Sim Channels family. Thank you so much for the support. There we go, guys. Good localizer intercept. I see the airfield. Runway 28 right. We're going to arm approach mode. Glide slope. There it is. Let's call tower. San Francisco Tower, Mountain 234, established localizer or ILS 28 right.
Mountain 234, San Francisco Tower, roger.
Okay, before landing checklist, seats and seatbelt secured, fuel selectors both on, oxygen off.
Mountain 234, wind 090 at 3, runway 28 right, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, 28 right, Mountain 234. Landing lights on. Inertial separator as required, not needed right now. Condition lever, high idle, checked. Propeller lever full forward. Let's go flaps 10. We can deploy flaps 10 below 175. Get some drag. Let's go gear down.
Set gear position.
Yes.
Set gear position.
Okay. 4 green. Cancel that. There we go. Okay, landing gear is down. Flaps as required. We're still slowing her down. We're just flirting with that white band via flaps extended speed. As for flaps full, let's go flaps full now. Prop lever full RPM. Get on the power. There we go. And then autopilot will be disconnected. Water rudder up. Checked. Landing checklist, flaps full, power lever to beta after landing, brakes as required, and then power lever back to idle before 29 or 25 knots indicated airspeed. And then I forgot my missed approach. Altitude 3,000. Perfect. Let's go outside, take a look at the airplane. Looking good, looking good. She is sexy, man. Love this approach over the bay into San Francisco. Staying on that power, staying on the power. It's a good approach speed. Who's that? Okay, whoever that is, yeah, you might not make it, buddy. Good luck. And there's an A400 holding short of 28 right. That's cool. Look at that, guys. I'm going to call tower and see if I can report a near midair. And tower, the Mountain 234, we'd like to request a near midair collision there. Looks like an Airbus on a steep dive on the approach path for 28 right. Do your job, controller.
Mountain 234, roger Mountain 234, advise if you need assistance.
No assistance needed for Mountain 234, thanks.
Approaching runway 28 right.
And you know what? Let me bring up Sky Dolly so I can record and show you guys the replay. Here we go, recording now. Winds are out of the east, right? So technically we have a tailwind. I don't know why they're making us do this approach, but whatever. All right, autopilot disconnected. My controls. Pappy 2 white 2 red. We ain't dead, like Captain Flacco likes to say. Everything looking good, guys. Is that A400 taking off? Okay, he's on the takeoff roll. Look at that. That's fine. By the time I get there, he's going to be like at 16,000 feet already. Water's calm too, man. I wish there were some more winds because I like when the water looks choppy. You can see those white caps. Okay, reduce power. We're getting a little high here.
Check
Watch that descent
gear.
rate. Yeah.
Check.
We're good. And again, that's an amphibious feature there. It assumes you're going to land on water because that LiDAR, that little radar, is scanning the terrain underneath, and it thinks you're supposed to be in a water landing config. But we're not. Bringing back power. We got plenty of runway, guys, so no stress here. Pilatus there holding short. Thank you, sir. Oh, and a Pilatus just spawned on the runway as I spoke. There we go. I don't mind landing long because signature's all the way over there. Whoa, whoa, buddy. I think, did I hit my rudder? My water rudder, I mean. Yeah, D3642 or 3642. Yeah, I love landing in here, man.
234, contact ground on 121.8.
Ground on 121.8 for Mountain 234. We're gonna vacate. Let's keep rolling. Nobody's landing on the intersecting runways there. There is traffic lining up for departure, but I was clear to land. I will take all the runway I need. Let's go. Let's keep it going. I'm gonna stop the recording here, and then once I vacate, here's echo. We'll use beta to help slow us down. Whoa, he wants to tip over. Whoops. Okay, let's find a good spot here to stop. You guys ready for that replay?
Runway 10 left.
Here we go. Let's replay right now. Yeah, Ricardo Sands, I think I flared too much too. I completely forgot about that. I'm not used to flying the amphibious. And yesterday I did 2 water landings. Well, one was not even a landing, it was just destroying the aircraft. So that's a good point. I think I flared too much. And that tail on the port side, the left side, it definitely made contact. Let's check it out. And then I'm going to lock the camera here to my nose. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so it's tracking now. I can pause. I can disable the follow function. Let's go down here by the runway. I want to see this from the airport side. Somewhere about here, I guess. That's where I touched down. God, this is twitchy. Okay. Pressing pause. Replay is live. Got the airport authority there hanging out, watching us. There we go. Look at that. Let's see what happened. Oh no, I just touched down too hard on the left main. Interesting. Yeah, that was interesting. You saw that, right? It just kind of like squatted on that left main. Okay. Let's stop it. And again, we're back to real time, so let's keep taxiing. I got to get off the runway. Traffic is lining up for departure. Got to go to ground. Yeah, just a smasher. Yeah, man, exactly. Beta, slow down the aircraft. Again, easy on the taxi. Welcome to San Francisco, everybody. Yeah, that gear definitely might have to be looked at by maintenance.
Left.
Okay, let's clean the flaps up. Strobe lights off, landing lights off. Open the little porthole window here. Switch to ground. And let's go to low idle on condition lever. We call ground. Ground, Mountain 234, off of 28 right, requesting taxi to signature.
Mountain 234, taxi to runway 28 right via Echo Charlie Uniform Zulu.
Negative. Requesting taxi to Signature. I'm gonna go. Alright, I'm just gonna do my own thing, guys. We're gonna taxi to the ramp here. By the way, this scenery here is by Flight Beam, I think. The Captain Edition. It is insanely detailed. I love it. It's one of my favorite airports to fly in and out of. And we'll see where we can park. There's the big old United maintenance hangar. There's a Dreamliner parked out there. Here is the fire department trainer. Looks like a 767 airframe. I think that's what that is. Yep, there's the fire department. Yep, safety training. So I wonder what they use it for. Okay, we see Signature there just off to our 2 o'clock. I like to park right in front of the FBO, so I'm just going to make my own rules here. And I'm going to take off the active noise reduction so you guys can really hear it. Clear right, clear on the left. Looks good. Power back to idle. Let's get that parking brake on. Lights can come off. Bleeder off. We're gonna bring that prop lever back down. We're gonna feather it. No smoking and seatbelt signs off. We can go ahead and avionics off. Condition lever to cut off. Sounds beautiful. Standby alternator power off. Fuel boost pump off. Control locks installed. Let's get the chocks out. Yeah, this thing is really tall, man. And yeah, Ricardo Sands, this scenery, again, one of my absolute favorites. Just full of detail. Let me turn off the battery, by the way. Step outside. Let's open the cargo doors. Where's that little key? I don't see it. Co-pilot door, cargo, passenger door. Let's throw the little step ladders out. Okay, or no, we don't have a step ladder because we've got those big old floats. That's right. Did I forget anything? Nope. Let's go outside. Yeah, it does look like a shopping cart, doesn't it? The four-wheel setup is rather odd, but she is, in an ugly way, very attractive, man. I don't know. And again, I didn't like fueling these things in real life because once you get with the fuel truck, if you don't have a tall enough ladder, by the way, we would do something that may have not been approved, but we would park the 7,000-gallon truck that we had of Jet A right underneath the wing here and then just climb on top of the actual fuel tank, and then somebody would feed me the hose, and then I would just be up there fueling the aircraft. So it was a little sketchy, man. These airplanes are, again, they're already tall as they naturally are with the tricycle landing gear. So now you add these floats. I think they're 30 feet long, and then I don't know how much more height it gives it, but I mean, look, this is where you typically find your main landing gear, somewhere about here, just roughly. So look at this distance. This is assuming this is like a, I don't know, 6-foot male, 5.5 feet, and look at this, almost to my neck. So you guys can do the math and get an idea. All right, guys. Well, we made it to San Francisco. Thank you guys again for tuning in to yet another live stream. Once again, like I said earlier, my live streaming schedule is going to be mostly on the weekday, so you guys will not see me during this weekend. Don't forget to check out that full flight tutorial on the Black Square Caravan just published today. Make sure you check it out for an in-depth look at how to properly fly this airplane and really get your skills behind it that much sharper. Thank you guys for everybody for hanging out. Aloha J, that thing is way taller than I thought. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's scary how high these things sit up. So just imagine sitting up there in that cockpit. It's pretty high up, man. But all right, guys, I'm going to be signing off here. Again, thank you guys for checking this out. If you guys have any suggestions on what you would like to see for the next set of flights, whether that's with the Black Square Caravan or another aircraft, let us know, man. We're more than happy to take any suggestions. And but for now, I'm going to keep flying this thing until I am absolutely bored of it or until you guys are sick of seeing it. So let us know. We love you guys for interacting. This is what makes live streams fun for me, is talking to people across the world who share the same passion. And yeah, man. Pete Sky 8739 enjoyed it. Thanks, Captain G. Hey, man, thank you for being here with me, man. It's really fun. Like I said, it really makes a difference when I have people to talk to. But yeah, guys, you take care. Aloha J. Take care, my good friend. We'll be seeing you guys on the next one. And with that, smooth landings, happy flying, and you guys stay safe out there, all right?